This young man was folded and stuck in a chimney, and this is one of the worst deaths imaginable explained. On May 8th, 2008 in Colorado, 18-year-old Joshua Maddox. On this day, he went for a walk, and walking through the woods was one of his favorite things to do. Except this time, he would sadly never come home, and nobody would ever see him alive again. The family filed a missing persons report, but given that he was 18 and a very adventurous person, they thought it was highly possible that he could have just picked up all of his things and moved. But it would have been very out of character for him to just leave and not say anything to his family. Fast forward 7 years later to August 2015. A property manager named Chuck Murphy was beginning the demolishing process of some cabins, and they have been abandoned for at least a decade. They were in the process of demolishing a chimney in one of the cabins, and they would find something truly disturbing that they never would have expected. Inside the chimney was a mummified human body. Dental records would then confirm that it was sadly the body of Joshua Maddox. The cabin was only a mile or two from where he lived, but this is where the story gets extremely weird. Josh was naked from the waist down and had a thin thermal shirt on, but absolutely nothing else. He was found upside down in a fetal position. His legs were above his head, and he was virtually folded in half. Based on the position he was in, they speculated that he had to go in from the top of the chimney head first. But why in the hell would anybody go into a chimney head first? Also, the chimney had a wired mesh top. Now, it was already demolished by the time they discovered the body, but the contractor swears it was there. So, how in the world did Josh get in from the top? Also, his clothes, the rest of them, were folded very neatly inside of the cabin next to the chimney, suggesting that he was already in the cabin. So what was his cause of death? They can't say for sure, but he had no physical trauma to his body at all. The coroner also said that he was likely in the chimney in that position for at least a couple of days, completely alive, and he would have either died from dehydration, which could have taken up to a week, or possibly, but likely, hypothermia, which could have taken a couple of days. Another theory, witnesses claim they saw him with a man named Andrew Newman before his disappearance, and a man who is now in prison for murder. But how would one person get Josh halfway up a chimney? Again, there was no physical trauma at all, and why was he half naked? This case is absolutely mind-blowing, and what the hell happened to Joshua Maddox?